last session, we were able to pass the reforms to last in, first out when it came to furloughing teachers based on financial situations in a school district, and that kind of brought up the idea of teacher evaluations once again, kind of brought them to the forefront. Senator Ament and I have been working so far this year on some reforms to that system. I just wanted to get I know you're not seeing a bill yet or anything in front of you, but just your general view on shifting a little more weight to observation and a little less on standardized testing, and how you think that might help from discussing with administrators and teachers alike the overall evaluation system.
First, I don't know how wide a smile my colleague next to me has. This is an area that we're all excited about it, but especially our Deputy of Elementary and Secondary Education that works directly with schools. First and foremost, it's the right thing to do. We know that we've learned a lot over the course of the past few years as we've been looking at engaging around future-ready PA and looking, moving away from solely focusing on standardized tests to multiple measures of school success. Same lessons we learned around the graduation standards and the General Assembly approved and the governor signed. And where I really have to applaud both you and the other representatives working on this and the senators working on this is that you're doing due diligence to dig deeper and engage the practitioners around, okay, how do we maximize teaching and learning time and a focus on teaching and learning at the local level. And so the decisions that you're ultimately going to be making are grounded in good practice. And I think that's what's going to make a difference this time around.
Well, I think
by being intentional, we'll be able to work together and create a plan that's focused on kids.
And I think that comes with reform, right?
Absolutely.
So you're able to implement, Senator Ament, who when he was in the House was, I think, the prime sponsor of that very bill that instituted some standards and evaluation standards, which I think is a good thing. And then sometimes you go back and you say, all right, what's working, what's not? I mean, that's really what we do here. We're not, we don't have that crystal ball. But from the feedback I think that the department's getting as well, this is definitely something that we could move forward with.
Very much so.
Yeah, and if I may just add, again, I want to echo the thanks for the willingness to look into that. There were some good things that came out of Act 82. I, too, was in the field at the time that was implemented, and I think the way we've standardized observation for teachers around the Commonwealth has been a good thing and helped us improve teacher quality. But we are very appreciative of the opportunity to look at ways now to build on what we learned from Act 82 and make sure that we have a system that, number one, holds teachers, gives feedback to teachers to help them improve their practice, and number two is one that's efficient and can be done effectively. So again, thank you for the opportunity.
I also want to touch a little bit on the proposal in the governor's budget involving compulsory school age down to 6. Is that an issue that we're finding? I mean, I'm looking at the numbers that 3,300 students would increase enrollment. Is there a fiscal impact, or is that just too small to really matter when it comes to what we're appropriating?
So we currently don't have the specific data around the fiscal impact because, of course, that will be driven geographically. If there are 5 students in a specific school district, then the program or in the space may exist. But it is significant enough to engage in 2 ways. One, looking at decreasing that compulsory age from 8 to 6, because there are a few thousand students who currently fall within that realm. And, quite frankly, we're one of only a handful of states in the country that currently have such a high compulsory age, school age for students. But also using the year plus to engage in a deeper dive around the 5-year-old and the full-day kindergarten study will be important.
Well, and I'm glad you brought up that study, because how much I don't see anything about the cost of the full-day kindergarten study. Is that built in anywhere? Would that simply be coming out of your general appropriation?
So the governor's currently not asking for a specific appropriation for the 5-year study, but he is asking to work through the General Assembly to use the current means of evaluation and study to engage in that way.
Okay. I'm getting back to the compulsory age. It's not been too long ago since my kids were at that age. Every year is vital. and it's a little bit different. And so the jump 2 years from 8 to 6 as opposed to, say, 8 to 7, I just would like to look at what really we're trying to get at and accomplish through that, and if maybe there needs to be some more discussion.